got this. We got our mental back up and we just pushed through. We did almost get almost reversed capped on Coliseo, but as soon as it was like, hey, we got this. Let's make the switches right now and continue forward.
Yeah, and then my second question, obviously, you've mentioned playing against Kaiser before. Obviously, they have a pretty interesting composition, so I guess now the season's kind of over for you. What do you think is the key to shutting down that team? How did you do it today?
Yeah, so I think shout out to Tammy for
I think we just played
third
we learned
place
from what we
Sun
did
Conference.
poorly
I think
last
that's
time we
what's
played
going on
against
here.
them,
They played
and then we just
Kaiser
made a few adjustments.
and,
Definitely trained on certain characters to actually, we were able to play with Emre, which was a
Tammy,
definitely big buff.
wish them a great
With, at least the
great
first two
next
matches,
season.
and then the third point, I just went back to Sojourn. We called out, we got definitely better at communicating on who to target instead of just fighting wildly. We committed on one person and got
Check the
picks.
stream, make sure everything's going well.
Yeah. Now that your time in the EGF scene has sort of ended, what are you guys doing? Any other tournaments? Is there anything else that you're looking forward to in this, up in the rest of this semester? And if not, can we expect to see you guys back here in the Sun Conference next year?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's
I don't
up?
know.
Keep
We're
your
still
something
looking
going,
at different conferences for this rest of the season. We've been talking with the coach and everything, and we'll see about next year. We're definitely excited that we won this matchup at least this point. So we'll definitely talk to each other and see where we go from there.
Yeah. And then one last question here of, while you're on the stream and while you have, your place on the podium secured, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to, a thank you to, while you've got the ear of the audience? Anyone in particular? The floor is yours.
I want to shout out first to my girlfriend. She's been supporting me through all this. Definitely took a lot of time out just to practice with my team here. Shout out to my team as well, pulling through this whole semester. We had a different team comp from last semester to this, so I thank them for grouping up and rallying up so we can complete this. Shout out as well as with my coach, Coach Rick. Definitely a big help in our school here.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for that, and big shout out to those guys, and thank you for joining us here. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
All right, that was Manny from Texas A&M, and that's their victory, taking third place 3-0 over Kaiser University, who will be ended up in that fourth place. Definitely not what they would have wanted, and some really disappointing close maps there, but overall, Texas A&M putting together a complete and solid run victory. That's going to be it for that third place match coming up in just round about 15 minutes here. We're going to have our grand finals match, Spectreon. We're going with Warner, and we've got SCAD going up against each other to see who is the best, who will stand atop the podium in the Sun Conference. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. Don't change the Twitch channel, because we're going to be right back in just a moment with the grand finals.
All right, you heard it from him. Got the grand finals coming up. Got Warren versus SCAD, 16-minute countdown. Let's get it. It's gonna be a good game tonight. It's gonna be a good matchup. Yeah,
One.
Yo, we
SCAD
back.
fighting for the #1, the Kings of the Sun Conference Overwatch tournament.
I'm mad as
One last match.
Bro, we get some Kings
So
away,
we're falling
bro.
apart all around us right now, but
And they've
at
got
least we get to
one
watch good
chance
Overwatch.
to get
I'm
themselves.
trying to think about it. Man. It's crazy though. Man. It's what it is, you know. God, pretty God.
Undefeated yet to drop a map here in the Sun Conference. SCAD, they'd love to be able to say the same. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Previous time, these two teams clashed 3-0. Towards Warner University. Now, SCAD saying that comes with a caveat, they weren't trying as hard. They've got some counter straps developed now. And on paper, I would say SCAD are the stronger team, right? Multiple people coming from European contenders, multiple people with deep runs through careers in that region, in that tournament. So,
Let me get chat
if
for
you
you.
really have
It's only one person here. Kid, you're
cards, but Warner, I mean, it's like Katakami said,
What?
their execution, their coordination,
You're
that's what really
so
makes
what's
them
up, man?
scary. And so it might be in the lobby today a battle between individual power and your strength as a unit.
Yeah, and generally in Overwatch, you have that strength as a unit usually does end up triumphing, but sometimes, you know, when you've got a single player, you can kind of build strength of a unit around enabling that player, and sometimes, honestly,
You know what they're
generally,
talking about?
there are pop-up moments.
Indeed. I love to see those pop-up moments when we do.
So they're-
Overwatch is a game which doesn't always allow for them, but when you do, it's all the more exciting. I'm sure we all remember like applying 4K as an example, right? Even though it's 7-8 years ago now. So again, you've got the option for it. Could materialize in the sub, but we'll have to wait and see for when that actually ends up happening. When we do watch SCAD play, we often look towards mostly Erekek and Sonda for those. Sonda from the hit scan, Erekek from the tank. Eric has been practicing the Domina quite a lot as of late to improve in his hero pool, which previously was more
always
like a
facing other
tank
teams.
kind of style.
Bro, you know how it be for us, bro.
Obviously, we kind of graduated past those definitions now, but if I had to pick one, I'd say Domina more of an off tank in kind of how you're electing to play the game. So
They don't know we got flash. We got weapons.
They don't know about flash.
We got weapons, man. We got flash.
They
We
don't
got
know
Cody.
about flash.
You know what I'm saying? We got weapons, man. You know, we just send them in there and you know, they do this
Joking
thing.
totally
Yeah, we
line,
got.
whether it actually would play arm run or not, but it's a possibility. SCAD were quite happy to speak about how they had figured out some bands they thought.
How you feeling about today? What do you think?
Feeling good. We beat Scott, right?
Yeah.
That's where we beat them.
Yeah, and
What's your prediction right now?
So I think
we've
it's
got
7
those two
games.
bands,
7 games.
for
series.
Toprak, or for SCAD.
I think we're gonna get the dub. I think we're gonna get the first win. You know, they may get the second one.
The head coach of SCAD
And then
has
stack,
announced
stack,
a
stack.
tour ban
Force them
for
So yeah, that's what
I think it's gonna matter. I think what's really gonna come.
banned for Warner.
Let's start deciding is how we perform in our first match.
The first match is gonna be very.
One thing I always notice about Warner is our teams. I seen a lot with Overwatch.
Not one trick on the hero, but likes to play
How
the
they
hero. I think
start
you can find
is how they
as,
finish.
Yeah,
not
that
necessarily
facts.
meta.
Yes.
How they start is how
Alright.
they finish.
And we're already back. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's get it, Royals.
Here we go.
It's the
And
Royals
5,
versus
4,
the Bees.
3,
By any means
2,
either.
1. All right. Everybody pick their heroes. Let's get it first.
All right, Kyoto, Flink, Chan, Hammer, and Flash going
Right.
in.
We got Sonder and we got Amber, Eric, and KTO and Snappy on
That
SCAD.
little cat.
Over
I'm not gonna have that little cat name, but I hate that little cat. It flies around. It's so
Looks like we got Flash and Soldier.
Hey, you already know.
You already know.
Oh,
That's how you know he's not playing around.
Yeah.
dominant backline.
I saw Soldier and I said, oh no,
Yo, that's how you know he's locked,
Yeah, he's
bro.
locked.
All right, here we go.
So we got Flash on Soldier. We got Hammer on Soldier.
Here we
Chan
go, Flash.
on Ramatra.
Here we go.
Flink
Say that, yeah.
and Kyoto playing our support.
Come on, guys.
Royals playing for extended shooting with the double flex. The Ilaria alongside is an issue for sure. SCAD needs to look for superior rotate or just straight up Sonda.
Ooh, nice kill from Sonder.
Instead.
I actually don't know this character too much.
Killing
Just a
Kyoto.
very steal out of Sonder to take down Kyoto. and now the Royals just don't have enough healing output as Chan's gonna get taken down.
Chan gets taken down as well by Sonder.
Yeah,
What character is Sonder on, man? What is this?
I don't know. That's a newer character. I'm not familiar.
But the retake at 8%.
Dang, takes out Cody,
SCAD has
too.
an opportunity for picks.
Wow, this Sonder player is going to be a problem for Warner. It looks like. Wow, Sonder, what's that? Another kill from Eric.
If you are SCAD, you gotta get onto Flint as well, and it feels like the beast. You know what they said about taking this one seriously, having some strategy, how figured out was true, because they hit the ground running. Royals now make the annotation. Almost like Lucio, you were highlighting earlier, K-Way.
Let's see how this turns out.
Wow.
SCAD doing a great job trying to pull out here. It's not going to be enough. Chan is able to pick off.
Wow.
Huge opportunity for the Royals.
Guys looking really.
Black gets taken out by the
Wow. Whoa. There we go. Chan gets killed.
Just Chan and Kyoto on this point. And
There we go. Pushing the point here. There we go, Chan. Yep. Chan's he's pretty good at this tank here. What is he on?
That's Ramacho.
Ramacho? That's not.
It is.
It is?
Holding pole position on this objective.
Dude, there we go. We're doing a good job pushing this point.
Yeah, it
He's
seems
got
like
to
we're going to be able to get point.
Get closer and closer to it as
Ooh, but that snap there. Doing a good job.
It's perfect though because they are Warner's forcing SCAD right now to get on OBJ.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
But it looks like Scott's still taking.
yeah,
OBJ.
SCAD was able to force
Ooh,
Warner off
dude,
OBJ.
that.
Yeah, Sonder.
That's
Yeah,
Sonder.
that's Sonder. Their Sonder's really good.
rough drawn out fight there.
Kind of the issue with Hammer's hero pool, not playing anything that's super.
It's like it's a
Very like,
PPS.
Call of Duty character.
Yeah, yo, peep that, right?
Player Torbjorn. What else do you really have to play in a situation like this that isn't a pain point for your team? Running out of options. We tried a soldier, but obviously being hard marked by Sundo so far. 90% last fight now for the Royals.
It looks like this is going to be round one. Might be going to
It's just gas.
And they've lost Chan
No,
already.
right? Dang near though.
I mean, Scad's just taking
Wow,
over.
Scad is dang. Scad is just.
Oh, that's going to be play of the game.
Whoa.
Sonder taking three
All you can
piece.
get is a touch from, I think,
That is big.
Hammer.
Wow.
Wow, I've never seen us get shut out like
Not
that.
like, yeah, I haven't seen that either. I wonder if it has to do with them not playing against these newer characters. I'm not really sure. But, wow, I can't hate it. Dad put in some work right
He
there.
did. Not even gonna lie to you. That was new, to say the least. Good stuff to Scad.
They did switch tanks. They're not playing Winston.
Flash to on some soldier. Not much of impact from.
Oh, Flint switching now.
Ooh.
Flint switching now. This is going to be
What
interesting.
character did Flint
Switch
switch?
from Illumi, Illumi, I think your name is? Switched over to Lucio.
Lucio, yes. You know, we got a good history with Flint on Lucio. You know, he goes crazy on Lucio. Let's see
He
what
does
he
go crazy.
does.
Yeah, just
All right, wow,
around.
SCAD coming out strong that first match. Warner has to match that intensity for sure.
Can Hammer's Reaper be successful? And for SCAD, can Saunders and Ray stay alive throughout the dive?
Chen getting jumped here.
Without a lot of movement abilities. So now as we push
Is that
forward,
Winston?
he's
Yeah.
got poke
Yeah, it's
fade,
on
a lot
Winston.
of pressure. It's gonna be
K-Top taking
on
down Flash. Snap taking down Hammer. Sonder taking down Flint. Man,
Wow.
Cat is doing a great
Wow.
job.
Look at that. Whoa, look at that kill on Chan. Dude, SCAD's looking
Not going
different.
to get any pressure onto Sonder, and then SCAD.
Is this the same team that we saw
Man, they must
earlier?
have really been putting in work.
Very happy
Wow.
with it. Putting in the snapping up, leading the Cine charge going to be the most important thing here. Chan, another swap. We're playing mystery here so far. All they need, a great 1v1 into Eric.
Still early in this game. Only with 14. I don't know OBJ taking OBJ active lead. We gotta get a good push here. Chan. Disengage from that battle there, which is probably smart. So Kyoto with a nice kill on Armor. I'm saying that right or not? But
This is an opportunity for the Royals now.
Flint's low. Definitely have to get some heals on Chan as well. Chan is gonna heal. Oh, Sonder. There we go. Hammer taking out that Sonder.
That's big.
There we go.
Big
Ooh.
pick.
Hammer also be taken out by the Eric, the tank. It looks like that's some diva action here from
Wow. I'm
just
shook right now.
wow, 50 to 0.
Can get a pick
Wow.
I wonder what Warner's biggest struggle is at the moment. It seems like they're just not.
I think they're caught off guard.
I think they're not. I think that there was so much intensity in that first.
So much pressure.
It's easy
Yeah.
for the mental stack to really start affecting players. When you know,
Let's
SCAD started so strong. And it looks like we're on objective right now.
Oh, there we go. 2-1. There we go.
I think if we can take point and we can have a momentum shift here.
It looks like it's not enough. The SCAD is still getting actively. That sounder is insane, man. Yeah, there we go. Royals on point now. Taking OBJ. Will they be able to hold SCAD out of the fourth? Ooh.
And that's a 3-piece.
Oh, wow. Hammer, there we go. Hammer. Ooh, gets killed, unfortunately. But Kyoto's gone as well, and it looks like SCAD's going to continue to get that objective. Wow. You know, I'm flabbergasted to say the least.
I'm out of lack of words right now.
Yeah, I have faith in the guys still. You know, this is very early this map. You know, honestly, they look to struggle with this map.
They do.
I noticed that they do struggle with this map, but you know, it's still not a good and valid excuse for what's happening here. You know, let's be honest here. But you know, I've seen them pull games off like this before, being down. But never have. I don't think we. Oh,
wow.
There we go. There we go. Hold on. Some good momentum here, but they are on 99. So if it doesn't. We have. This is it. This is the last opportunity to get this OBJ to take place. You know, if they don't get it here, then
I don't know. This one's gonna flick my Chan.
Chan. And he's gonna pop alt too. Because you know that deep, yeah, she pops out of the shoot. Oh man.
That is gonna be game.
Wow. Yeah, Warner's got to pick it up, man.
I wonder what kind of things they're talking about right now.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, that player of the game, Sonder, as Emmerich, it's a character, DPS character. Looks very broken. Do they ban between matches or it's sit out? So I would definitely ban that character. To say the least there, but wow, let's see what they have to say. What do you think? What do you think's the biggest
I think Warner's having trouble finding their way in. I also think the beginning of that last round was so strong that they didn't know how to recuperate from it, and it carried on into the next round.
Yeah.
But I'm sure right now they're talking about what's going on.
Yeah.
And making plans to fix the issue.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think this. I want to say this is not bad. This is low-key kind of good too, because we've never been in a position like where we're down. So this is like really we're seeing what we got as a team. You know, holistically. So you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what the guys pull off in this next game. But honestly, I think that first match was just a lot of pressure being applied, and it was something that we weren't used to. But now you know we come out and we know what to expect. Now we match that energy, that pressure, and then now we start getting those dubs. I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. But it has to happen the second game here. If it doesn't happen in the second half, yeah, it's gonna become an issue to where it's gonna be something that's normalized, and you know, that's unfortunate. It's awesome. But I have faith in the guys, and I feel like they'll persevere this. And yeah, you know, because they've never been in a situation like this.
Have they been tested
been down
this way?
Like yeah, like he's saying, like we haven't been tested this way. You know, so. Yeah, we're just seeing what we can do. Check the chat out.
Let's see.
I'm gonna break the ice here. I'm gonna skip ahead of the graphic marginally. They went Kings Row. Kings Row. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. They played this last time, actually, and of course they will take that as well. See if that same thing happens again. Is it a strong ban? If you take away one of the frontline tanks, you think Eric can play? Maybe.
Here we go. We got some Kings Row going on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games series here. So with next one's gonna be a Kings Row, and it looks like what is that? Escort mission and Escort payload, and then yeah. So we know we have some good luck here at Kings. Definitely gonna be nice to see that one area, that alleyway that goes into that little thing. You know how that gets. So I'm looking to see a good competitive nature of that. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, considering how dominant the Busan, I mean, yeah.
But there, SCAD's very
We'll have to see.
dominant
I mean,
first
Lucio
game.
was a solid pick for SCAD, but I mean, my question is like, it's an impactful hero, sure, but at this point, you have to wonder what adjustments can take place on the side of Warner that are going to really benefit them with, like you said, how dominant that.
I just think it was, honestly, I want to say it's a fluke. Not in a fluke way, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that it happens, you know, and we haven't experienced that, you know, but I feel like we're gonna, and if we don't, I mean, we don't. I feel like
really is the main differentiating factor. Because nothing else that you at least had access to with Busan, I think, was sticking, and nothing else that comes to my mind is like a hard counter. The kind of play we're seeing out of SCAD right now is fundamental Overwatch, right? They're playing Overwatch they think is strong. They're playing pretty standard, maybe not hard meta, right? But things that have been meta or metro adjacent in the past, which is kind of by definition hard to counter. So very tricky for Warner to try and deal with. I think their best bet is going to be just looking at something they know they're good at in a vacuum and just hoping it works instead.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, is the ban that's come through from SCAD. You know, one thing that we did talk about was the Winston pick, and now that was a pretty popular one. But the Winston pick is going to be the ban here from SCAD. I'm interested to see if either of these teams pick up the Zarya. I would expect it maybe out of SCAD, just because of, generally speaking, that the ban out of Warner in the first place was that Zarya for map 1, so the Zarya could be a pretty powerful pick. But generally speaking, I'm interested to see how much SCAD intends to stick to the meta, how much they like that, and honestly, I do kind of like the sort of half in, half out option where they're not sort of hard sticking into Sojourn, Vendetta, Zarya, Lucio, Kiriko, but they are playing like the M-Ray. They're playing like those characters that we know of.
All right, here we go. Kings Row. It looks like the Royals will be
obviously it looks like SCAD. The main thing they're going to look for is probably a more staying on the adventure wherever possible. It appears to be their best pick. There is a change around it. The rest of them going to be pretty standard. Eric, I'd be surprised if he wasn't on Ram here. There's no reason to make it complicated. It's one of his better heroes.
right.
It's strong here, but no. Try to go towards the dominant instead.
Yeah, it's this area right here where it gets real tight. Right here, right?
And, well, this is like first point, but there's also
Think about the bus.
there's also second point by the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, second point. That's where
So I
it's
would be surprised if it was the Zarya. I think the dominant. I think the Ramontra is still a little bit more likely. Defensively, we do know this competition.
You know what will go hard?
Heavily around
Overwatch show.
Show?
Like a show about the because you know all the characters have more.
Bro.
Yeah.
You lack a lot of raw power, you lack a lot of rotational ability. If anyone finds a 1v1, then the Royals will likely be losing.
That's Torbjorn.
Torbjorn. Walk at Chan and hope he pulls over for later.
Flashes on. So
Yeah, and honestly, they're really going to
Widow,
make
it
out
makes
from
some
Sonder. It's
Widow.
going to be a nothing there. Quick swap off the M-Ray. As already Amorphous gets burst at from the word go. As Sonder also in some trouble. These bubbles, again, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to find any of these heroes who play aggressively.
We're in a bad spot. You don't want to be inside of this room.
Really,
But we do have the advantage. Did a great job. I killed our chin.
Cannon flash doesn't work.
DPS of the bees.
There we go, Hammer.
Yeah.
There we go. Warner on
I
the
think
kill
Warner
feed.
feels pretty confident.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, come on, Chan, get that kill. Yep. Ooh.
If not, then you're behind the momentum, and there's a minute
Ooh,
off the
flash
back.
from the back.
Is able to stable.
Flash over here trying to farm ultimate.
Ooh, Sonder back to fire and back.
He can really keep that deeper lock.
Yeah, Eric.
I don't know how I feel about that weapon right there. Is it OP?
You want that gun right there?
Widow, yeah, it
Now
is.
getting into, like
Yeah,
you
that's
said,
pretty
a
strong.
minute
Oh, that's
plus
Ash.
off the time bank at this point. And the Royals do not have these ults up early on. It's actually going to be the Sanctuary of Kate Comey. Probably going to be one of the earlier ones.
there.
Eric rushes down Hammer, and that's exactly what you're looking for and you're expecting is going after those heroes that don't have much of the movement abilities, bursting them down, and getting exactly what we saw there as SCAD already starting to take point.
Dang, they're taking point
More
already.
pushing in and just trying to zone off. It will be a hold on the arch.
Dang, they get the first
so
point.
potential for a long hold at this point for the
Wow.
Royals. Especially with the pick on Flash.
Oh, nice kill by Flash. Good solid.
Solid is over Pete. Flash able to connect the rail. And now with the ground on the side, it is easy. That may well be the fight just there. See how Eric looks to invest as indeed. Now we just have to wait for Solid first before we actually fight.
Yeah, Eric Heck with the grab. Could be an opportunity to break
Nice kill by Hammer there. There we go.
Devastating as Snappy goes down.
Oh, Hammer. Oh, there we go.
He has 2 picks on this Torbjorn and is just
Oh, Hammer sticking out.
actually doing very well. Wow.
Wait, I know we can't Eric left.
Chan has ultimate too.
Eric really might live here. Oh, we trolled this in for Royals. We have to back out as much as is humanely possible. Yeah, while we are still 4 or so, we just continue to push for SCAD.
Yeah, and SCAD using these ults incredibly well to stack a. It looks like they just won the fight, and basically off the back of the ultimates, being invested, they just won that fight.
Pretty goofy. Hammer literally walks too deep for no reason. Eric punishes. We don't chase deep enough. So Eric lives, and they're enough to refresh with Kitsu. Grab, pop by Eric, he's high charge.
Dang, nice kill.
Flip, goes down before the bomb even pops.
Eric Heck only had 2 picks and a solid pick out of Hammer to get down Snappy, but it's just not enough in the end as Chan's going to get bursted down.
Dang, yo, what character is this?
Sorry.
If the man got any sense in him, is gone.
Indeed, yeah. Oh, Hammer, you've got to book it, bro. Well, he takes the Hammer speed perk. That's actually trouble. That's fine. 80 survives. Captain Comics is staying, although he's in the car at the moment.
I wonder what's going on with
I
one.
mean, it'll give
All those going on with
Royals
one
an
arm, one arm,
opportunity to get the contest here, and they do have some big ultimates there. They have Chan being able to go a lot more aggressively with this bomb to remake. Flash with the overclock, the Kitsune rush. They've got all the tools they need to get this win there, and the Flash getting the early pick is big to start off. The great disengage means that 2 ults, the biggest ults the Royals had, are gone by the wayside. Getting 1 pick only for the both of them is devastating. There goes the Molten Core. He's gonna get taken down in the middle of it. Hammer just barely able to live that. He's gonna stay alive though, as SCAD goes down the Sanctuary in a bit of an early spot. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, basically, I could have meant like realistically for Catatonic, Sanctuaries are maybe not no value, but pretty much as close as humanly possible. Low HP on to Chan, who needs to back out to be stable, but Kitsu makes this so much more threatening for the Royals.
It's not looking good, man.
Yeah, and they can't afford to just back up here. They're going to give up point B. They need to break through the Kitsune rush. It is a catch-22. They'll throw out the grab.
Yo, look at the kill
but
feed.
it's a team kill for the Bees, and the Royals
Oh, man.
backed up to the limit. Now the round.
Was effective enough. Once they
Yeah.
leave it, however, they
Oh,
really
that
struggled.
would've been the same play by
Trying to
SCAD,
walk out as form before Sona takes his nugget off. Royals, as he mentioned, now on the Ramaj helps you with the front line trade somewhat. But it feels like it might just be too late.
One of the issues that sometimes during this part of the game,
by Eric, who's got both
you
bubbles,
really
standing
feel like
there,
you
he's
have
high
no
charge,
chance.
and still a
Sure,
threat
but
for the Royals to deal with.
They're definitely feeling down.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a struggle to deal with it without Kyoto. Flint also in trouble with no one to heal him,
man.
just gets taken down,
Oh,
and the
man.
Bees are free to just run down main. More looking for Flash. Flash is trying to stagger
Dude,
out
that's
this
Zarya.
arrow even just for a little bit more.
Oh,
As Chan now on the Doomfist. Definitely possible as Flint going to be jumped on by Amor. Amor doesn't get the pick onto Flint.
It's not gonna be
Draws
enough.
out a lot
I've
of
never
utility.
seen this
Hammer
happen.
goes down. Chan
Right,
gone.
someone's
And now it's
30
Kyoto trying to just jump in on the point. Flash will land that one pick, crucially onto more.
I still
The
got
question
flash
is it going to be
there.
enough? You need just one
Oh,
more
there we go.
really good pick.
All right.
The Kitsune Rush,
There we go,
I don't know if that
guys.
Kitsune Rush might have hit a wall.
Probably the
As
last
now
push we
Snappy
have.
uses that Kitsune Rush. Eric goes down. So the Royals might actually have an opportunity.
Whoa,
here to
yeah, we
keep
have an
this going.
opportunity here. Kyoto.
As Hammer
Watch
and
out.
Chan on the point. There goes some more with the ultimate. Chan just barely staying alive, trying to hold on the point, but Kyoto goes down.
Yeah,
The
that
second
Kyoto,
goes
that's-
down as well. It's just not enough eventually. No
Wow.
touch. As round one finishes, 1 minute and 9 on the
Gonna be
board
that time.
for SCAD. Crucial in now that the Royals, if they want to play for a win, they have to finish with time. And time on the board, but they can't finish in OT.
Yeah, so we basically have to beat the time.
Honestly, I mean, such a strong attack. I got kind of worried after they got stymied the first 2 or 3 attempts on first, but as soon as they get break past
Wow.
first, it's still
This is the
there's
first
some momentum
time
on
I've
their side.
seen
Obviously,
full
Zarya with that
team
energy
take
mechanic, so momentum base.
Well, anything,
Well,
take
looking
that
at
full
Mark, they've reached the
point.
King's Row, and even though it's a
Wow.
long stall on third, it never feels like it's a
Shout out.
stabilization from the Royals right there. Definitely grippy on white knuckle to life, and onto finger slips, it's kind of all over from there. So as you mentioned, Royals need to finish with time, anytime, to create an opportunity for extra innings in which they have a possibility of winning. Else it would be Bees, who would just need 33% in the time that they have allotted to win the map. This is going to be exceedingly difficult, especially if they keep playing this kind of same stuff, in my opinion. I think Bees have got it figured out. So if I am the Royals, I'm considering trying to change things up. Judo ring engages, I don't mind, but it does feel like the Lucio ban has really shot them in the foot here. They have so little options on a flat map, like King Roman and Lucio.
Yeah, the Lucio has the Lucio
So
bands
here we
have
go.
really let the air on their tires
So
here.
we are
for
now
the
going to try
Royals.
to push the point here.
As they're trying to look for a lucky shot, does get something onto Sonder, actually, does Hammer, but Flint already taking a lot of early pressure from this high ground. Ash, turret goes out, the Ram throws out a shield, maybe the Ramatra, and that aggression could be better, as Eric does go down, traded out for a flash from the
Flash goes
Royals,
down as
but
well.
losing that
There.
Zarya early on is a big loss for
Extremely
Bees,
delayed, wow.
as the Royals not yet really
Like the
taking
actual
advantage of
stream,
it, using
like
these-
our guys have already pushed
using these
towards the middle of the
shields
map.
from Ramatra
I don't know how
to
delayed this
basically
stream
just
is.
put pressure onto the Ashen.
Damn, for real?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we're pushing
Denying
crazy
the
right now.
high ground for a moment is
Give
tick
me that
one
tempo, see.
taken for
Yeah,
the
that's
Royals.
weird.
The re-engages there that Zarya is right back in it. Aaron's
So it
trying
appears to be
get
delayed.
Chan
With
on the
EF
point, sort
stream.
of holding on as the rest of their team is just going to
Not
get
sure
collapsed
why.
on top of. Thankfully, Hammer able to find an early pick onto Amur. Flash now on this high ground has a lot more sway, looking for that pressure onto Sonder on the Sojourn, but I'm just not going to dive in for it. As now the contest is going to be contesting to the death as Eric and King Tommy both go down.
Amar's doing a good
And
job,
the
though.
Royals slowly but surely push through. 5 minutes left on the board and looking for a late pick onto Sonder. I think that might have been a
There we go, guys.
Being a lot of
There we
trouble.
go.
He goes down
Royals
too.
looking at themselves
And they
now.
get to pick onto Amur. Wow.
Like, 3 late kills, low to have. Obviously, no Lucio, no speed for the Bees, they couldn't escape there, but maybe they kind of expected they could. But not going to be the case
Channel
here.
Mantra,
Royals
I think.
get the push up deep. Basically to be taken from the Bees. That's going to be hard for their E by members. Royals are even more supposed to matter, but they do have to realize that any engage they go with is going to be like counted out by the Eric at grab. So it's going to very likely play back, force the Bees to engage into them.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait for that, but yeah, I don't know what they can really do to counteract that grab at this point. They're gonna have to try and have something crazy, like a pick on a Sonder early.
There we go.
Pushing in. There goes the venture.
There we go,
There's gonna
guys.
get taken down by
Yes.
the Molten Core. Eric pumping out the damage does take out Flint.
Take the Eric, yes, perfect, guys. Chan, nice kill. Flash, there we go.
Snappy just goes in a bit too late, And that's the Royals in the end. Can they actually get this late pick onto Kate Comey? I think they're going to be able to in the end.
Yeah, Katakome tries his best to live. Window 60. Oh, what are you?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's pretty. That's not great. We get a ball touch at the very least, but we are still great.
Flash goes down early. Eric Heck does get one pick, and he will have these
Ooh, nice kill by Hammer.
Gonna go down.
Ooh, and take out the Sonder as well.
Hammer finding 2 picks.
Wow, the Royals are on the power right now. Doing a great job of making this push here. And yeah, we need this. This is great momentum. Yeah, we're almost there, guys. Come on, keep pushing. Get second points.
Gets taken down in the end.
And it looks like
a big late pick, especially onto Snappy.
we will get the second point. There we go, guys. We still have 4 minutes left. We have to beat the time of 109, and it's looking good for the Royals, y'all.
It's a real chance at a even faster cap here for the Bees. Katakome tries a Weaver now.
Wow.
I think a lot of the time we have been trying to do things kind of numbers down. It has been working out for them. Royals tech on so strong, and just the ult trade winning on ult.
Fair check. Dude, get on this.
Flash using
Oh, there we go. There we go. Nice kill by Chan. And oh, Kyoto's unfortunately out. We have to get him back. Get support. Ooh, we need that Flash. Nice push by Flash here. Doesn't engage in that battle. There we go. Kyoto's on him now. And wow. Wow, the Royals are stepping up to the plate. This is great. Wow. Let's go. And we will, it looks like we will get the third point before. Ooh. 3 minutes remaining. Have to get a better score. Have to get it better than 1 minute. SCAD does do a great advanced pushback here. This is very crucial. The Royals only have enough time. I believe 2 minutes now. 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So they're definitely gonna have to make this last. This is one of the last final pushes. It looks like that's 2 minutes. Yeah. Dang. Don't spoil it, please.
I got wrapped up. I won't. But I got wrapped up in it over there.
But yeah.
Look, bro, look at this.
Wow. Royals aren't doing.
Dude, this is 3 minutes. Lag.
But like you said,
It has to be per the rule.
going up against the Tidal Blast, going up against the Tectonic.
Wow, 2 minutes remaining. The Royals have to get this final point here. Under 109. Dude.
2 minutes remaining, and it's a big
It's not looking good.
as there goes the Kitsune Rush. Hammer gonna go down.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, back on point. Now, back on the point now. 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining. Oh my gosh.
That's our theory about the old rotation.
Oh, this is gonna come to the wire, bro.
Tidal Blast go off. Amore might be in some trouble. Chan looking for something big here as Flint goes down, and the
They're
Royals
gonna get that. Looks like they're gonna get almost
to the drawing board, but they're close to these ults though, Spec.
That they are. And also the timeline now is so close, right? Best case scenario for Royals is about the same kind of bang. I think Bees are probably going to tell the better one. Both of the high combine the slow for sure. You took the Kitsu for them re-engage.
Dang.
1 minute and 20 seconds. That's
Yo, we only have a couple seconds left.
No. So it's that is how much time we have left for them to beat their time.
Wait, what?
So we have 1 minute and 13 seconds left to beat that time.
Yeah. I thought once it was 109.
No.
Is there any follow-up for this ult? There goes the orbital ray from Flint. Getting that back really important as Sandra goes down. It's Chan and Flash finding big picks. Chan using the annihilation, pushing in.
What are the players he on?
Yeah, we're not going to
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Out the Zarya. Now you're going to be facing off.
Oh, there we go. 40 seconds left. Hold on. Yo, Chan's going crazy.
Good long sight range. Now the manga in as there goes the molten core out.
We did it.
Hammer. Dropping it in, trying to face off against this manga.
Let's say 20 seconds.
Hero, just getting healing pumped into them.
The team is back in. Now they have to find a way to break through.
From Chan.
Surely they don't cap here with time in the back. 20 seconds, they need to dispatch all 5 members rolling through. That seems like an impossibility here. Their chances of winning King's Row slipping through their fingers.
Eric Heck, you have to get him out of
Extended
there.
Rush is their only hope. 10 seconds on the board.
Man.
As the Royals have to push back away from the Bob. They do take out Saunders' Bob.
Oh
But
man,
as the
some
time
great time back
ticks
here.
down, unless they get
Overtime.
a back half of magical things, there's no chance for the Royals to win King's Row. They can only lose or draw at this point, and they need this draw to keep themselves away from match point. The pushing in. Flash in trouble, 14 HP, avoids spectacularly the venture.
Wow, it's going down.
SCAD in trouble. Eric Hex trying to stay alive.
We gotta get Eric. Yes! We got Eric Heck down.
It's the Sojourn ult.
There it is.
No way!
Got it.
And
Bro!
fight for the draw.
We got it.
Minute 9 seconds.
Now we're locked.
There we go, man.
Now Wonder's locked.
I'm telling you, I had a feeling the first game.
Did you see how fast they pushed?
But did you see that last effort there? Wow, good stuff on the road. So now what's going on now? Feel me? And so they're gonna have to try to beat it in another time. Or they're trying to set this time again.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to do some rounds.
So it's gonna keep going. And whoever has the best time wins. So we had a draw time there. How does that work? Yeah, that's different. I've never seen that.
Okay, just look there in time. I'm all over
Big win right there, though.
You're not allowed the luxury of time more often than not. So the Royals decided to go for the Bastion Torm setup to stop themselves being counted out. If I'm the Bees, then maybe considering like an Anna for like one big cooldown could provide you
I'm not
the
sure
fight.
if
Instead, they're going for
Yeah, me neither.
looks like cheese with the cat.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Oh, so now whoever gets the farthest within this remaining time.
Oh, I'm
So we don't
totally
have,
going to go the Jetpack Cat kind of. They've played that sort of gambit on us, and I, for one, will not be falling for it. 2 fights
Sure.
is all that stands between the Bees and getting to match point for the Royals. You have one chance to keep yourself from reverse sweep, and it's right here, right now.
So now within a minute and 4 seconds, whoever gets
board
that time.
for the Royals, any picks here that they lose are devastating, and dig for the Bees as they fight to keep themselves alive in this, to keep themselves competitive. As Chan goes in aggressively against this
That's big.
Kiriko.
That's big. That's big. That's big. Oh, can you
There's
finish?
a
Can
flash.
you finish? Oh, it's 6 story. Oh, yes. We needed that.
The Bees in a really bad
Oh, second pick. Yes,
Ooh,
we're locked. We're
oh,
locked.
yo,
We're
we
locked.
might get this speed kill here.
We're locked.
Whoa!
Suzu
Yo!
stay alive. Now 20 seconds remaining. They do get one last fight.
So we got one pick there?
Yeah, 1 fight left. There's 1 fight left.
Oh, so this is all out battle here.
It's all about, and it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to ult.
Oh, Flash almost has ult. Ooh. Oh, Flash, come on, can you get his ult? Can you get his ult?
Warner Royals have an opportunity here. As
Yo, Chan.
Beautiful job. Warner's
Come on,
locked.
Mantra.
Warner's locked.
Just jump
And this is what I was talking about.
stalling out.
Yo!
They have to touch. They know they have to touch.
There's just not enough. There's no
Yo!
point in the
Oh, we just
What
got
a
that
beautiful-
dub.
It's a draw.
It's a draw?
Draw, yep.
So no one wins. So we go to next game,
Next
and
game.
so this didn't even count for nothing.
1-0 still.
What?
Draw.
1-0 was
Flash.
better than a 2-0.
As Braston.
As Bastion, yeah.
Bastion. I never seen him.
Bastion, no, Bastion been here since day one.
I never seen him on Bastion though.
In favor.
There we go, Flash.
Wow.
What's
What a
your
great job.
opponent?
Well, hey, 1-0 is better than 2-0.
Facts.
At least for sort of what it's going to be today. Not something you see every day a tie in organized Overwatch, but it can happen, folks. So we see it materialize now. Kind of anticlimax, right? Play for like 25 minutes and nobody gets a point. But hey, just a cookie crumble sometimes.
I mean, hey, at least it's not. At least we're not in, you know, the original Overwatch era of assault, of like 3-3 on Droskaya, Temple of Draw Anubis. They had those names for a reason, my friend. Oh my goodness, that level of like 3-3, or sorry, 2-2, 4-4, 6-6, blah 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 blah, back and forth forever, and then they draw. Eventually, because one of them either can't push past point A or get stuck at point B because point B was meant to be a Herculean task to attack on. And then you sit there for half an hour and then you draw. And it sucked. It sucked especially in Ghosts, but at least we're not in there, you know? At least it's not that.
Oh, that was quite something. Listen, the way it works, as far as I'm concerned, is, or as far as I'm aware, is that we still go to the next map type. It's going to be a push. And then I think it's still the pick of the Royals. I might need to confirm on that though, because again, this is not a scenario you get to see all that often. So I'm gonna keep it rolling even under trying times.
Oh, of course. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking at the map pick. The winning team of the previous map will select their starting side if applicable, starting control point, who lost the previous map. I'm not seeing a lot of, not seeing anything about draws here. So I think we're going to have to get a special ruling from, not from the rule book. So we're getting a little special decision here to figure out who has map pick for what's going to be our push map. So who Spectreon is going to get the opportunity to say the wonderful 3 words, "We pick Colosseo"? Who's gonna get to say it? That's what we're really thinking of here. Who gets to say?
Yeah, having the ban order is pretty nice. We're figuring it out though as we go through. Yeah, we're doing same team selects. So I believe it is gonna be first veto from Royals. Still. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like if we play Anna there on that attacking round, it's kind of better. But we kind of, for their first one, it wasn't great consistently. I don't know why they tried the same strat. I just don't think it works that well. Like for example, our Vendetta, or Venture rather, it was like drilled actually into like 5 people to go for like a soft bubble cycle. But we can't do that when their round is in position to go for a walk on us. Instead of just walking up high ground and securing high ground looking for an angle instead. The pick has come through, by the way. And so it actually, you can do that. 1 second. Sorry, yeah, so we will still figure out exactly how that works. As you can tell, fresh scenario, we're still, what's the word? Figure out exactly what's happening at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're going at a control hybrid, push, flashpoint, escort, and then crucially, should we need a tiebreaker, we do go to control. There is an opportunity here, especially now that we have had that draw come through in the hybrid map, because there is no opportunity for draws anywhere else besides escort if you really tried to get a draw in this scenario. So we're going to, we've got a new map coming in. We've got Esperanza rolling in.
I don't mind Ishtar. I think it's a very reasonable map. Will it be strong enough? They decided to go for an Emre ban. Makes sense to target ban Sonda. The issue this raises to me is like the same as any SCAD ban. Like, they're all kind of the same hero, right? Like, what is there that Sonda can do an Emre that he can't do in like Sojo Freya?
All right, we're back. I took a little beverage break. Looks like we're at Esperanza. Esperanza.
I really don't know.
For this next match here.
Let's see, like, that's SCAD bans for you. Like, there's occasional use cases for SCAD bans. There's people who are just better at one than the other. But especially compared to like a Cassidy, like, I don't think Emre has like a use case. Ashe as well, something Sonda likes to play quite a bit. So this is not the most impactful ban they could possibly put out. So we'll see if that's enough.
It is a sort of whack-a-mole kind of thing, trying to ban out a hit scan. Like, you're not... I don't know, hit scans are, to an extent, fairly... not the same, but they do very similar things in just, like, slightly different ways. It's like if you're trying to build, like a birdhouse, and they said, you can't use a hammer, and you're like, oh, like I can't, like, hit anything percussively? And they go, no, actually, like, no, it's just, like, you can't use a physical hammer. You can, like, take a wrench and smack shit with it. Excuse me. You can take a wrench and smack stuff with it, but, you just can't use the tool. You can just pick up a different thing and use it about the same way.
This is a very lame metaphor. I'm kind of impressed. Really building birdhouses with wrenches? What a world we live in, honestly. But no, I think the core of the image is still correct though, and that you're right, we don't have the specific correct tool, but we can still kind of get around it. I feel like it's more like if you're cooking, right, and you're supposed to like peel some vegetables with like a vegetable peeler, use your paring knife instead. Like, it still works, it's still fine, it's like, maybe like 10% harder, but it's not like if you're cooking and somebody goes, you can't use your oven, for example, which is like banning like a support sometimes, and then you're having a bit more of a pickle, right, so. That's the way I view it, at the very least. By the way, I think in the meanwhile we've been waiting for our second ban. It still hasn't come through, actually, from SCAD.
Alright,
No, it
here we
has.
go.
Probably taking a little bit more time to reflect, but I love the difference in like a very blue collar metaphor and a very like white collar metaphor over there. Of like, imagine if you're doing carpentry versus imagine if you're cooking. As we get into the metaphor. And we're just waiting for that
These
ban
guys
to
talking about?
We've got the Wuyong getting banned from yeah, got the Wuyong getting banned from SCAD. Interesting ban, honestly.
It makes sense. Your opponent Flint wants to play it, can't play a Lori here. You ban the Wuyang, you limit their options to either really strange double flex stuff with like Juno Kiri, or just playing the Lucio, which is what you want to do from Katakami anyway, so that's my gut feeling. I think this is a strong enough ban, but I think both teams are going for lower impact ones, getting around 3 here.
Yeah, and now going into this, we have the odd opportunity of going into map 3 and having the opportunity for one of these teams to tie the score. It's essentially very similar to going into map 2. As we got push, I think it's a good opportunity here. And I think that Warner can absolutely come back. I think we saw some really good play from them. I don't know, I feel like I'm a little surprised about not picking Coliseo with how well that Ramatra went. I mean, each from Ramatra can also do pretty well for the Ramatra as well.
Each was perfectly fine for the Ramatra, at least in my estimation. You can find yourself get poked out if you go for some rough walks, but
Alright, here we go.
I didn't expect that to materialize. Loading in here, 10 seconds before we have these comps at least roughed out. Eric, I would assume it's going to be trying the Winston again. It works, it's comfortable, no reason to not.
We are off.
But Zarya works as well, I guess. I do think the Royals are probably going to struggle here more than King's Row. They tend to struggle in kind of more angle-space setups. King's Row being so linear. Allow them just to focus on their spam, their healing. Chan basically just has to sit there and hold hands. This B's going to get a bit more creative with it, and it might work out in their favor. No, I'm all going for the TP out.
It looks like we're doing an escort mission here. Escort robot. And yeah, here we go. And we are off.
Yeah, with the Amray band, it's the Sojourn for both these Amor. Back
Got Champ on Mantra.
The
Mantra. We got Sojourn for Flash. Looks like we got some Lucio for
does seem to be
Flash.
and it has been fairly effective so far for the Bees. as the Royals push through.
Hammer's on
Getting
his
that control of that,
signature build.
of where the bot is.
Excuse me.
And
Oh,
now Airkek waiting for those cooldowns to come back. Sonder taking a hit early on. Katakomi nearly going down as Sonder finds that first pick onto Hammer.
nice clip of Flash.
And now ready to push forward. Flash finding a pick as well onto more. So a 4v4 as the Bees push forward. A good bubble from Airkek protecting that Lucio. That's now pushing forward. The bot starts to roll for SCAD. Flash in the backline, an aggressive flank nonetheless, is now rounds 2 corners and just gets shut down by the side of the Bees. Katakomi with a great chase. Without Flint in some trouble, stays alive in the end. Chan needs to get back to the rest of their team and get back to those healers, but just getting pushed back behind corner after corner are the Royals. As they're not really giving up here, but they're at such a disadvantaged spot as Airkek just tries to body block Chan from pushing through. Eventually has to give that spot up. Now Chan trying to push back under this bridge, under this arch. Sonder in some trouble. Hammer going to go down eventually. As Hammer just on a crazy, and a bit of a crazy angle is punished. And the Royals now sit getting dove on again, just not really full disengaging. They're going to re-engage down still Hammer with that Kitsune rush as Chan and Flint are getting taken down. A textbook use of the grab, and finally the Royals will get thrown back.
wow, so the Royals will definitely the Royals have to step it up.
Great grab. You know, you've got tempo on tank ultimates. You know, the only way they can save is the sound barrier, not able to do that. And so the cast rolling forward spawns in your favor. You only use the one. Eric has to survive though, and isn't capable of it. Katakomi as well cut.
Yeah, and I mean, the Royals will start to flip this point back, and for the moment, a really effective push in for the Royals to just find the separated players from the side of the Bees and just run on top of them, especially separated from that Lucio, as forward spawns will get removed, so SCAD won't have that for this upcoming fight on the bridge. As the Royals, they do have this opportunity to play
nice clip of Chan.
Annihilation as Hammer gets taken down.
But SCAD's still gonna push it.
Taken down and just not enough as Sonder and the rest of the Bees.
Yeah, that's Sonder, man.
Keep it on.
Soldier.
Indeed. Did spend a little bit for it. Only the sound barrier here is going to be tricky, so it might need to be a beat engage. Hope you kill probably Flash or Hammer, which is kind of a bad feeling, but that's what you have available to you. You allow your opponent to start ulting on you. You are going to run out of ults. You simply don't have the economy to take them in one fight to something faster. It's very likely what they're looking for.
I'm coming in 3 minutes from the future. It's rough.
Yeah, very likely. As now playing around this arch, Chan and the rest of the Royals trying to look for initial opportunities as the beat in response to the overclock from Flash. Flash just trying to get a headshot off through that extra shield. Snappy goes down. That's going to be a great pick as
there we go.
Chan lands 3 kills in the end.
Indeed, Annihilation so powerful, as I mentioned. We need to look for a fast fight. We don't get it. You get a late kill at the very least, but guy dying is going to make it really incredible for you. You can't push up nearly as far as you want, and it means you have to respect the respawns. They've barely got any distance from this. Sure, they win the fight, but what, 8 meters on the board? That's hardly anything at all.
Yeah, 8 meters on the board is not looking good for the side of the Royals, and they really need a win here to keep them going. 5 minutes on the board, halfway done, and they deny some space very well with the Molten Core. Hammer in a pit of trouble, has not found the success that we've seen from him in past times. Going to get jumped on by Amor as we jump away. Flash really needs something big here as Amor in some trouble, but is going to be able to stay alive. Flint with a good chase, but now you abandon your front line as Flash gets taken down, and Sonder and the rest of the Bees just rush on through. It's just gonna be the Lucio trying to stagger out for a little bit as 3 picks for Sonder.
Staying on the Emre ban, right? Like, cool, you take it off the board, Sonder can't do a million billion damage, shoot from Emre. He's doing it from so many instead. He's been still the force of nature here, the lead now increasing. All the Bees, significant ult advantage in their favor now. If I'm Royals, this gives him a chance. The absolutely pristine hammer specifically has to find so much value off the back of it, else this lead is going to be getting past the 100-meter mark momentarily.
Yeah, and recovery from that spot is going to be incredibly difficult. As you've got the Kitsune Rush, you have a really strong push in from Chan, gets the pick onto Snappy, and is able to survive through air.
They gotta get to the last point, bro.
Grab, but there's no one there to follow it up. A big
I feel like this is a different team than
You
when
do
we
get
saw.
the beat out
They've
in
been definitely
response.
running in their game.
You have to beat on the side of SCAD, but I don't
Because I
know.
think some people are missing when we played them. They were missing like
You have a
that's
lead in the sound barrier, lead in the economy, so you elect to
But still,
invest
bro,
in.
you would think it would be more
Now you are 5 in
competitive.
engaging.
Yeah, 5 and beat engaging. Flash goes down, Flip goes down, and it is a quick cleanup for the Bees. The Royals just not expecting that quick of an engage.
Yeah, you have to get the enemy beat out if you want to go for a beat engage yourself. In that respect, the Graviton Surge got the job done absolutely perfectly. Left them no recourse against the surge of aggression again. It's a fight for the Royals win. They get them no actual distance on the robot. SCAD still increasing their lead.
SCAD increasing their lead with just reckless abandon at this point.
Wow, they're
9 meters and climbing with only 2.5 minutes on the board. You've got the annihilation on in the chamber for
There
the
goes
side
Chan.
of the Royals. For
Chan's off.
Chan, you do get a pick onto Sonder, but you just so far haven't
Man,
been able to
it's
stack
still
these wins. You
needed.
need to.
But where's everybody
The
else?
fight
You
is
know,
to
I
lose
feel like
Chan.
everybody's
The
not
ball does
third.
still
No,
move
it's
it.
far
You
off,
might
yeah.
want some more late picks, honestly, in this position as 3 players start collapsing onto your
Flash on
Gino,
Winston now.
and you're just
Or not
kind
Winston,
of leaving them in your backline.
Cassidy, yeah.
This is really quite strange. You have the information with the Bastional at the very least. You don't kill anyone with the Bastional after all. A more appears to be stable, and now SCAD again in control of the point.
Yeah, SCAD just regained control of the point. Sonder taking a little bit of
That's
difficulty, but takes out Hammer immediately. Will get traded out in the end, but the annihilation into the backline to the beat response from Katakoni. And I mean, SCAD just keeps a really solid spot in the ult economy. Has to pop. Chan has to pop.
for real, Chan. Chan's doing good
Nemesis form to
stuff.
stay alive in the Grav gets the pick onto Katakoni.
Oh, that Kyoto's
Still still having control of the point, gets those forward spawns right back. The Bees just are just in the driver's seat and aren't letting go.
Indeed, Kitsu, not as high value as maybe you'd love, but that's a job done. Again, minute on the back, Royal do have momentum on their side. If they need probably 3-ish fights, Bubble used to help Snappy extricate himself. The turret and the Kitsu needs Eric has to pull.
Yeah, Eric has to fail. Hammer goes down. Versus side of SCAD. It's a little bit of trouble as the board goes down, but we have, again, Eric Heck lands 2 with both supports for the Royals. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them to stack wins like this,
Struggling, man.
especially with close bonds.
Yeah, momentum. It'll be very hard to accrue with no supports. You can't push up. You can do basically no pre-fighting because all damage is semi-permanent. That passive regen to stay there simply isn't enough. And like SCAD, who only have that support forward, they can do whatever the hell they want. Another Bastional invested. Yet to find a final blow. This time I expect will be no different. Ults slightly favoring the Royals, remember. SCAD only need 1 fight living. Everything goes to that grab.
Oh,
Flash.
Yeah, and that grab, with no Lucio on the board anymore, with Flint switching on to, or it might be Kyoto switching on. With no Lucio on the board, you just have very little way to withstand Eric Heck's ult, but you might not even get to that point as you lose Flash immediately, trade out for more. But Hammer just keeping you in the fight as you will eventually get forward spawns. Just about 2 more fights to go, but again, against that grab, what do you do?
Yeah, you didn't use you basically got 5 ults in this fight. Royals have some good ones, but any slip up, they're dead basically instantly. If they do play perfect, they might just lose the raw ultimate.
There we go.
Invested first.
Wow, okay, hold on.
Early Kitsune Rush is going to be a really solid grab, and they're just gonna pop all the ultimates. And if there's any opportunity to survive this, they might have a chance. Just can't in the end, and that's going to be it. SCAD making it now 2-0, and an opportunity for the win.
Indeed, match point, tournament point now available. And my man, very little to stop Sunder. I mean, it's collateral. Shooting through Chan there, and then once the arms is by killing into boot. But in that final fight, when you have 5 ultimates,
That's
not your
Sunder.
opponent, but also
He's good.
have 5 ultimates, right? At least in that
I
one
don't
fight.
think he was
Normally,
there last time.
regular games,
That's my first time I see him there.
Things like ult economy and not needing to win a particular fight. But if you decide that here and now you want your opponents to be splattered across the streets, everybody click the buttons and see what happens. Of course, if that happens, Royals simply not there anymore. And now going to see the reverse sweep if they would like to be a Sun Conference champions.
Yeah, and for Warner, I think, again, you know, we talked about what do these teams do when tested. And so far, Warner has not been able to step up. And we've seen some incredible play out of SCAD. And, you know, they talked about maybe not taking that last game seriously. They are drop dead serious right now.
Indeed, very much locked in, playing entirely normal compositions. There's no messing around whatsoever. Everything has some idea onto it. No more role swapping that we've seen from them previously. I mean, if they've got a Phoenix one, they've got their opponents on the ropes, right? I'm sure Warner have been scrimming. I'm sure they've been scrimming at their level, but it's very different, you know, the mental between scrims and officials. You lose your first 2 maps in a row, you draw a third. You can't be feeling that confident. You can't be feeling reinvigorated. The enemies just might not be there, and so I think if I am beats, I'm kind of hoping that mentality is going to make a difference in that game, so you don't need to play another nail biter on the map like we saw on King's Row. But I think we're also seeing when it does come to these more angles-based maps, then they are playing much stronger, right? Control, Busan, they are in the driver's seat. When we're next on East Faransa on push, and they're never really tested. And so as we think about, I believe, is it Flashpoint up next? Try to triple check that.
I believe it is Flashpoint.
Yeah, Flashpoint up next. You know, if we can, you know, extrapolate that trend, we might be seeing a 3-0 here with a tie.
Yeah, I mean, 3-0 could be it's absolutely possible for the side of SCAD. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than New Junk City can absolutely play into SCAD. We'll have to see exactly what picks we see for the bans. I really want to see Warner show something off. They banned the Vendetta. We haven't seen a lot of Vendetta out of SCAD so far, but
Surely Venture.
I guess Vendetta can be. There you go, Venture. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Not
we've been clarified. They're banning Venture. Makes sense. It's a most comfort hero, the one that they feel like they won't be punished on the most. So you hope you can make a more into the pain points, as it were. A more, I mean, Venture now an option, May an option, Sombra an option, Traitor an option that I'd be thinking about in their place, Genji as well. SCAD just decides to take care of the Ram. It does make sense. Ram has been the main hero we've been able to find success on for Royals. And without any ability to survive into the raw frontline damage that the Zarya often brings, then that might well be curtains for the Royals. See how it works out.
Yeah, and honestly, in that moment, I mean, Yeah, losing the Rams tough for the Royals. And like you said, a lot of that success that we've seen has come off the back of that comfort pick of the Ramatra. I'd be interested to see maybe them try and play the Zarya, but I think ultimately it's going to come down to what hero are you the second most comfortable on this tank line, because for this moment, it's tough. It's tough going into it, and for New Junk,
yeah. I think, I don't know, I don't think it's even necessarily a comfort thing. I think it's just, the thing about Ram is that he doesn't die, so you need another tank who doesn't die. Honestly, I'd be thinking about Bull here, if I had that in my pool, because again, very hard to punish. You can play for like slow fights, you can wait for DPS, hammer, to kill something. Other ground tanks will eventually get run over. Ryan isn't a bad shout, but it really depends on how you want to approach the game. I think SCAD have cooked together a pretty good veto, and like we say, one map away from the championship, they've got to be able to absolutely taste it.
Yeah, and with that Ram ban, it's gonna be an incredibly tough push for the side of Warner to get over it. New Junk, Flashpoint in general, a pretty good spot to sort of reverse the momentum that's going against you. It gives you some of that time that losing 1 point isn't a death knell. Even losing 2 points isn't a death knell. But for Warner, they have a mountain to climb. And it starts with Flashpoint, and it ends in Control. And right now, Flashpoint, next up would be Escort, and then Control. And honestly, going into Escort would be a pretty difficult one to try and play to play a Ramatra into. But right now, they have got to focus on the map in front of them. Can't think about the Escort now. You have to make Flashpoint happen, and you've got to come out strong.
Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle for the reverse sweep. There's not really great words we can use to describe just how tricky this will be. Reverse sweeps are not common in Overwatch. We had more of a status of them recently. We had one of two in an international. Let's see if we can get a third one in recent memory here. See if the Royals can make some EGF history, or whether SCAD are going to be able to take the regular season kings and put them down. Eric going to be on the Zarya once more on board. Considering the Reaper makes sense. I think actually probably the best choice even out of the ones I listed. I mean, basically plays the same as Venture, just with slightly different timing cycles.
Yeah, I think going on with that Reaper is a good idea, and like you said, same time tables there on the Reaper versus the Vendetta, as the Sim TP is going to be first out, and then the switch on to the Reaper. The Juno is an interesting pick. You do generally see a Lucio come in, but Juno can more work with a bit more long range. So, especially the poke comp, sure. Hammers having some pressure go on. Sonder on that off angle, as now you're looking for SCAD. A lot of pressure going on to Amor, as that's going to be an early pick and a good one for the side of the Royals to get started, as Snappy gonna go down, and it's going to be a quick...
Just getting serious.
Serious.
Warner University, shout out Coach. Coach threw a burst in there, first game of 17, 45 to 27. But David said to the good side, you come to me with a sword and a spear and a saber, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied.
It's not even worth a fight. And so
Play the verse.
just square up here.
Let's get it, fellas. Shout out Coach Jono for typing that in chat. Coach Jono said to come in here and pray, so we're gonna submit to that and pray and pray for our team. Lord, we come before you right now. We just ask for God that
Yeah, a bit close.
you would glorify yourself, God. this is
For the Royals,
not just about winning a match. I pray that this be about you being glorified, and that the schools can look at a little university like Warner and see, Father God, a small soldier like David facing off against a giant and a very good team like SCAD. And although we don't consider them our enemies, Lord, in this moment they are our adversary in this esport. And we ask for your mercy, God. And we submit to you. We ask that you give our players, Father God, a sharp mind to make good decisions. And that you give our players, Father God, a sound judgment to decide what the correct course of action is. That you would clear all those mental blocks and mental stacks that have been accumulating over the games. Be glorified. Let people look at this and say, how did that even happen? And let us not be able to say that we know because of our effort, but rather we can say we know because of the God that we serve, in whom we trust and obey. In Jesus' name we pray.
That first flashpoint and roll on, and they've got some good ults to roll.
Alright, so yeah, the Royals will take that first point here in this match. This is do or die match here.
Yeah, this is do or die.
So
from SCAD a little bit easier to manipulate, but the actual power is simply not there. So if they counter rotate correctly, they still have a lead here. If not, though, they just give the front line trade and Royals will be taking this.
As Chan already taking an early pick onto a war and Flash just burning down Ericek. That'll be
Flash,
it. Just a
Yoda,
push
straight
forward. And with Snappy taken down by Hammer, it's another one fight for the Royals, starting to stack up the dubs.
there we go.
They are getting a lot of momentum now on their side. They don't have to stand basically anything. I mean,
I was able to listen to a little bit of our comms.
Resetting the energy.
And they're lost right now.
I feel like the first two games that we lost was a reality check.
Going in aggressively onto
Now we're just
Zarya,
figuring out what's working, what's
Hammer
not working, and using it to our
playing that
advantage. And
Hammer
it's
is going
going
to be the
different
first to
so
go
far.
down with that orbital ray in from the Royals, a big investment.
You know, it's kind of hard to apply pressure and constantly apply that pressure. You know, so
It's enough time for a war to get taken
a little
out.
bit.
Kyoto's still there, and you take the Kiriko over the Lucio in terms of raw heals. As Chando going to go down, Ericek putting in the pressure onto this bastion.
Wow, Flash
The
taking 2
heals are
picks there.
from Kyoto, and the
Hey, Flash is locked right now.
Indeed. A lot of momentum now in their favor. It seems like the Sigma is doing them some great things. Whilst Ericek is having
There we
success
go.
in the Zarya,
We can take this point. We'll move on to point 3. And we'll be able to bring this game into a tie.
Because so far, not finding the same value we really want to see from him.
Now there goes the bubble on to a more.
That Bastion, there we go.
Oh, wow! Bastion taking.
Ooh, nice kill from Hammer as
job.
well. And overtime here, it looks like the Royals gonna push them out and get this point.
And the bees
Wow.
on the back
Yeah,
foot
facts.
as that Zarya's
Woo!
Praise the
Chan! Flip going in.
are going to land the Royals in a solid spot to clean out the map.
Here we go, man.
Yeah.
CPC swaps and more. Goes to the first over to that Dector. You've got the grab. You've got the cross. So neither of them
Players
will be
channel.
making a change anytime soon.
That is,
Going to press the HD. One has to imagine it is
Sigma.
check. Mid rotate grab will be pristine. CPC is an opportunity.
They have Vendetta.
Oh, Vendetta, we know what that Vendetta can do.
And Vendetta, Zarya must be crazy.
Oh, but it's gonna get almost killed here. Come on, get that Vendetta.
Bees have a really sizable opportunity to just set up on point, and it'll be pretty.
They gotta be careful here.
Definitely do.
Gotta be careful, that's all.
Katakomi though going to get that ping onto Hammer.
Support's doing a great job. Wow! Support for doing a great job. Oh wow, that's a big team right there.
A win.
Uh-oh.
Indeed. It's gonna feel pretty satisfied for them. They were also able to get that cap super early. In fact, because you do get it that early, you win this fight, you'll be able to take events in your favor really quite quickly. So materializing that move to proceed. Again, you're holding on to this grab for a little while.
And Zarya just being able to give people like a little that bubble.
Yeah.
That's big. So giving Vendetta bubbles pretty
That's
good.
the question, is it could be enough to seal the deal here.
Ooh, Kato dropping
SCAD
fault
to
there.
keep them alive and
That's
rolling.
only here.
Snappy in trouble.
All right, got 92. Can Warner try to take this point here? And they don't, unfortunately. SCAD is taking that point off of them.
And that is a solid fight win for the Bees. The Royals do keep that,
Jeez, man, this is close.
Indeed, they do. Been also held on to for a little while, but Bees now is still
If it says best the best.
Yeah.
Defensive positioning here, charging your Zarya, and they are desperate to clean the walk. Much more playable than the previous scenarios they've been in, but they have to be worried about that Ray, an early clock and early hits is what I would probably be looking for here. Ray disappointed so well to react first, but they're giving their opponents time to walk up.
It's going to be the orbital ray going out
Flash
first. It's going to be hammer flash combining for some
What's so
early
wrong?
picks.
Ooh,
And
I'm
then
getting that
taking a
pick.
second, rushing forward, and
We are able to get OBJ
the
here.
Royals with a quick ult investment, but crucially Snappy using that Kitsune.
Indeed. I don't think you quite should have used it in that scenario. You try and match a Ray with Kitsune, it simply doesn't
That's
work.
true,
Ray
man.
added some healing. So useful in times like this.
That's
You
all.
give a clock that gives you the ability to pressure, maybe finally an artillery bomb that finds value, good damage, no kill.
Ooh, Vlad in that kill.
There we go.
Oh, that's big, that's big, that's big, that's big, that's big.
Get it, 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 get it.
Yes.
Out the
Wow, good
D's.
job.
Now 50-some% to ult, or to victory.
Chan
on the
has
Royals,
80,
and
so
now one
Wow.
That ult, what it does is it lifts everybody off the ground. So I know Chan really is probably gonna save that ult for whenever they need to take OBJ.
10 left to go. You need to be thinking about a touch more than
Right now, if they get one last push, Chan pops ult right there. Oh, and they're pushing the SCAD making a big push here using Lucio's ult. Are they gonna be able to break through?
a mile as the Kitsune rush from Kyoto makes a
Oh, and ult is ready to go.
team.
That's big. Oh, it gets the kill.
Get Eric Heck it's gonna get the kill on Eric Heck. Amore just jumping in.
And-
The Bees have only to step
Here
up.
you go. One now, we're up 1-2.
Talk about.
We'll take the first
Oh, man.
map, their first map solidly.
Wow.
They've still got some life left in them. It's 2-1.
There we go. 2-1.
It is 4 months in, they've been able to find
Reverse sweep.
But it was, again, a bit of a battle.
Jeez, man.
This time, these don't obviously favor. It seems like they're really, have that level of success. It feels like Erica could have solved the 3 games previous. But not really what we expected at all. We came into this map really expecting the Bees to be the ones, taking it away. Right.
Like any of these maps, like maybe Route 66, but even that's pretty tough. But now they've got the Sigma in the back pocket, so I'd be looking for SCAD to ban the Sigma. It's a very real possibility because they just showed they've got the Sigma in the back pocket. But go ban the Sigma, what they gonna do? But they can play a poke style composition, so I'd see maybe the Domina come through. Sigma and Domina both have that sort of poke-ish style, so maybe that. But we'd have to see exactly what SCAD tries to ban. What are they going to look for as the Achilles heel of this composition that has really stolen the momentum?
Indeed, but we're going to have to wait a bit to see exactly what they decide to do because we're going to go to a short break. When we're back, then very likely the conclusion of this game. So don't go anywhere because we'll be back in a little bit.
And we're back with 2-2-1. Savannah College, one map away from the title, and Warner have been just clinging on to hope. But that little light of hope at the end of the tunnel has gotten just a little bit brighter for them, as they did pretty solidly clear through New Junk City with a pretty solid Sigma composition and the Bastion. Question is, going into our next map, which is going to be, spoiler alert, Havana, can that composition still be effective without the Bastion? Because SCAD have banned the Bastion, with Warner banning the Domina.
I get it.
We'll have to wait and see. It seems to be forcing us into a Sigma mirror by the looks of things. Bastion ban is incredibly annoying to deal with a tank line, so I think that will definitely make sense. The Domina ban, I think the Sigma's kind of better than the Domina, at least in the 1v1, right? I think the Sigma's kind of better as a pick just to play, but I think the Domina in the Raw 1v1 doesn't do that much. You can't really break the shields, you don't have rock conditions. If somebody crashes you, you don't have any good options against that either. So I think the Sigma mirror obviously guaranteed it. If SCAD win, we go to nothing else. We beat the champions,
That's
however
fine.
good opponents do. Then if it's Royals, we go 2-2. We're going to have to loop back to control. And remember how that worked out for the Bees. So they are still the ones in the driver's seat, but Royals making a game out of this.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Bees are still absolutely in the driver's seat. They've got the control. They have the momentum of a solid 2, if not 3, depending on your view of King's Row, 2 or 3 maps behind them, pushing them towards the championship. And oddly enough, we don't see the Sigma out of the Royals. We see this Ramatra. And honestly, that interests me. We saw so much good come out of that Sigma in the last composition. Why not here? Hammer showing the May is an interesting one. Going to go a bit more
May, interesting. May's my favorite character, actually. Yeah, that's my favorite
traditional
hero.
rush style composition.
Indeed, Royals, for the looks of things, looking to play around their brawl cons. Curious they don't go for the spawn holds here, like a lot of teams would often do with their mech. And these, I mean, they're playing what they basically always
Look at this
do,
character.
the,
He's like
Zarya,
Yeah, it's kind of broken, low-key.
as well as more now back on that venture.
It feels like it doesn't fit in this game.
Teams Not going towards the Sigma, maybe we.
Is the ability's just a pistol and a grenade?
The first person sights, you know what I'm saying? Like, sight with reticle. Oh, that's too much.
But either way, Flash would be
Yeah, and then the abilities is just like a secondary pistol.
I feel like people play Overwatch to get away from this.
No, literally, yeah.
You know,
Soldier's like the exception. We've always allowed like
combining with this venture.
the soldier is a little nerf, though. This character here.
Yeah,
As
this
SCAD
is
pushes in,
nerve-wracking.
Hammer going to go down.
Dude,
as
they're already
well,
getting
so the rest
60,
of
bro.
this Royal squad just has to get out as SCAD is not letting their foot off the gas. They see that Suzu come out as well, and they know that this Kiriko is vulnerable.
Yeah. There's no touch coming through, I don't believe. At least it's going to be very late, but Chan in for it, but hard split by a more, doing a fantastic job zoning all three members of the Royals.
Yeah, and with Chan going down, it's going to be
Chan
pretty much
down,
one person staying on the
Flash.
cart, and with Flash down,
Dang.
it's 5 minutes on the board.
Yo,
I think for Hammer,
yo.
that was one of the first walls we've seen come out from them. I don't know. I mean, the May's been doing pretty well with the damage, but the Royals have been struggling.
Yeah, I think
That's
we're
the
kind
first
of back to a
point.
scenario where the SCAD are playing what they're really comfortable on. They don't have to adapt anymore, and that is obviously going to be tricky for the Royals. I think as well.
Yeah,
They're
all
playing their
two
confidence too much
for
with
work,
comp when I don't think that's what is greater with Hammer on the May. It needs to be playing more for Broncos. They need to be playing to punish Eric Heck. If that doesn't
Gotta get out of there.
feel
Where
value.
you go? Oh, man.
No, and I mean, SCAD are playing exactly what they
It's
want
not
here
good.
with having a little bit of that long range poke, and the Zarya has the opportunity, and enabling this venture to go so much more aggressive as Amor takes down Chan and SCAD with an early pick that could even seal point B for them. If something big comes through here, Hammer in trouble. Hammer gonna get taken down as well. I mean, one more pick here could just be the death knell of the
Indeed.
Royals for point B.
Oh, yeah, they've been kind of smacked through the brewery, to be honest. Grabbing the corner, a possibility. Maybe even a likelihood, but you don't have as much focus as you maybe want. Such a great split coming through already. The Blizzard, not as exposed as you'd like.
You lose Sonder immediately. Flash goes down, and even with the orbital ray, you just get out countered. The beat goes in at an interesting time, oddly enough. As Kitsune Rush out of Kyoto, we'll have to see if Chan can really put that to good use as the grab goes in. Just makes Flash a big old pinata. Okay, Comey's brought it back. Chan using the Annihilation pretty late into this fight. I'd expect probably a swap through there, just with how late that ult came through. And that'll be 4.5 minutes almost on the board for the Bees.
Indeed. Plenty of time to get a cap. Full cap, more than a possibility here. Seems like a likelihood. Unfortunately, the Royals, credits have gone in their favor. I don't think their current DPS line is better than what they were before. I think we've got realistically no May value. But will you be able to get much with Reaper's Zar cycles? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, that's one. Very nice.
Yeah, Chan getting an early pick onto Sonder and now pushing through onto this venture. Amor able to just jump away from or dig away from the fray. Amor again getting a lot of good stuff as the override from Flash, able to put in a lot of damage, but there is some pressure to having to play a lot less aggressive as Katakomi finds a double boop off the side.
Oh,
That's really rare on this map.
Not something you see every day, especially as you mentioned. Not on Havana, but because there's obviously sound barriers online, that's for sure, but we're now getting the cut into the final stretch, fight and a half, all you really need. This might be SCAD completely.
It's not grenades.
Maybe even like 2 minutes on the bank.
Yeah, and that much time on the bank can be devastating for a team like the Royals. They had a really big opportunity, but now with the wind out of their sails, they need something big. They need an ult to stabilize them. Hammer's Death Blossom is what I'm looking for. Bubbling that blossom, putting it in the backline could be what they need. Esconder and the rest of SCAD look for something big. Hammer can't find the opportunity to blossom. A great disengage from SCAD, pulling away. Hammer with this blossom. Flash goes down. Needed even more now, as this is going to be the opportunity with the Kitsune Rush for SCAD to push through, and Hammer goes down. Eric Heck, not even needing the grab, just pushes through. The ults all there for the bees. There goes the grab, and the override can just be used to fire into the grab. Like the old days at GOATS, 2 minutes 12 on the board, and we're already into this stagger phase, but there's just not enough people there, and Havana Spec is an incredibly difficult map to finish, period at all. To finish with 2 minutes and 4 seconds on the board is a statement.
That it is. This is pretty gargantuan, to be honest. As you mentioned, Havana, borderline impossible map to finish. If you are the Royals, obviously you go to finish it. Doing it with that same time bank is unlikely, to say the least. If you finish with no time, then both teams get an added minute. You'll have one
last word.
that gives you something to play with at the
They
very
gotta have
least.
the last word. We'll see.
Sure.
Obviously, I think we start with a comp that isn't necessarily flawed, but I don't think was played in the optimal way by the Royals. I think that was setting them back.
I don't know, because also, if you remember our last round,
Yeah, we were in the same
we were in
predicament.
the same predicament, man. We
not
you know.
to be honest. Pick potential.
But if it goes into a tie, I don't.
Pretty nice. You have a certain amount with the
I
soak
think
as well.
so. I think this is the last.
I think we have to win this the time.
SCAD aren't playing loose. They don't really have the capabilities to do this. I think this is probably Royals' best chance for success. But I mean, yeah, can't always
Okay, so Flash is on Soldier.
it's going to be a lot
Hammer
about
is
how much value
well,
Eric
Hammer
can
cancel.
or can't get. If he's consistently being rocked and punished, then Royals will be able to find a lot. If you can just free walk and beam people down, then a full horse is likely.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if Chan gets just rocked and blocked, then it's maybe going to be good for the Royals. But if SCAD and Eric Heck are running, just running rampant, there's going to be a lot of difficulty here. We saw some good out of the Sigma. Can it be enough as Chan gets dove on a little bit by Amor? As Hammer gets taken down early, that Hanzo that they were looking for value from just does not find that chance. Moore does get a hit with the accretion out of mid-air, and Catacombi goes down, so less mobility for SCAD. But they are just down a bit too much as time is starting to tick down. Only 6 minutes used on the side of SCAD, which is dominant. Amor goes down from Hammer, so the Royals now have a big opportunity. They're looking for some of these stagger kills, and they need them desperately. Sonder going down is another big one. Hammer on this Cassidy is finally starting to see some really good play.
Hold on.
Catacombi
gets taken down.
Hold on.
Taken down. They need
Yeah, I don't know why Chan switched players. He should have been on his player to start with.
They do. Big shield breaking. Ross is still online. That's going to expire. So Chan
He was on Signal the last match.
And
And this match it came out as something else.
Chan does pull back eventually, as Eric Heck is actually going to get taken down. Chan will get traded out, but the Royals have their opportunity. They get taken out on more.
Ooh, great pick.
Onto
Whoa.
There you go. This is big.
They're gonna keep pushing forward.
Indeed they are. Time
First
extension.
point.
Only 2 minutes. Royals off on that first point here. Eric, a couple times feeling the additional damage that can now be poured into him.
Oh, this is
Obviously,
intense.
not really able to charge into any ults there. That will have since been rectified, basically. What was this, 8 ultimates online? SCAD, I think, slightly struggling
Hammer
to
can
the
pop like on
much.
3 all the time.
It's all.
Plays that as Hammer needs that Crichton's forced out by Sunder shooting.
Hammer can threaten
Hammer
ult here, though.
Has some good plays so far.
Sonder does have ult, so they
Pushing
gotta be
onto
careful.
this high ground. It's going to be the Kitsune Rush thrown in first from Snappy. It's going to be disengaged from the Royals, so they push right back in with the Kitsune Rush and a Deadeye of their own. 3 ults used immediately, and it's Eric Heck and Hammer.
Here we go.
going down. It's going to be Flash and Flint combining for 2.
There we go.
Eventually 4. as the
We're
Royals
locked. We're
Yeah!
locked.
get
We're
a
locked.
solid performance, and Flash is the one to do it. But
Dude, what a game,
Yeah.
actually
man.
not too bad in terms of the ulti combo.
Now you still gotta get it now.
Forals
You got 3 minutes left.
This part right here.
To block it out. Captain finishing off the remaining points there. Eric
Ooh!
so far for the bees.
But it's looking great for the Royals. A beat going in aggressively as now.
Oh, there he
goes.
goes. Solo from
Opening
Cassidy.
to take out Sonder with that
Wow.
one hit as Flash trying to scout
There
out
we
I
go,
think
Flash.
Zarya eventually. As
There we
now
go.
has them
There we go.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We need to go point.
Hammer getting taken down on the point though, as there were 3 on point. They're gonna run right.
Ooh, Flash is locked! Flash is locked!
Flash with a great play. As the Royals now in a bit of trouble. Flash needs to get this play in. Chan almost gets a big stun onto Amor. Now Amor jumping onto point, trying to stall out. Immediately taken down by Flash and Chan combining. Now the switch from Erikak onto the Sigma, jumping on to the point.
There we go. Yes.
Stunned out
Come on.
the
Yep.
grass. There goes the TP.
Yep.
Kiriko and
Yes, there you go.
gone. 3 minutes on the
There we
board.
go.
2 minutes
Second
remaining
point secured, right?
to match the bees.
Now we're going on the third
But
point.
they have the opportunity, and that's incredible.
You see how I'm pushed up like that? They're not trying to give them no space.
No space. We can't.
Often the trickiest.
They're locked in, bro. I love this. Love this. I just wish we could start off the game like this, you know? But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Ultimately, it's dope.
4 attempts, realistically. Rock invested. Eric,
This is a tough spot right
It's
here.
a play slow for a second to stable.
Yeah, they do need to play slow right here.
Flash getting taken down. He's just gonna let the wind out of the Royal sails for a moment. And it's gonna be a big sign for Amor to jump
Great.
right
That was
back in.
great spacing right there.
Still staying alive. There's Hammer's gonna get
Dang it. Dang, we did not need that.
and a really solid sight, a really solid
We got
heads-up
Flash.
play from that venture to take down the Deadeye Cassidy.
Indeed. Lovely to start getting your hold here.
Yeah, Sonder has to roll to
It's
him.
so much
That
trickier
was
for the
strong.
Royals, but considering you lost one, you can't stand it all that long. Right, it's going to use the back out. And I fear that Amor's maybe a little bit too easy.
Flash has ult too, though.
The venture.
We need this push here.
The card's still
We actually need to win here.
Again, Speed's going to have to retake.
We're doing good though, bro.
Yeah.
Long range
Doing all right. We got 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
He's able to dodge and
Somber
duck out
over
of the
here.
way eventually. And there goes the flux. He's
Ooh, that was nasty. Oh my gosh, that's gonna cross with a lot.
finisher there
Oh,
as
no.
Thor landing for the Sigma. The Royals.
Yeah, Airkick's pretty good too.
A flux you don't get to see every day. 3-piece found. Time hanging out, guaranteed worse at the very
So I guess they have all these like all.
2 fights going to the
Oh no, you might spoil it, bro. I'm gonna go in there.
one of the enemy ultimates, but they
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You go, yeah.
It's the flux going in early.
Oh, that's big, that's
going
big, that's
to
big.
catch the Sigma. Beat will be there, but Amor does not find it. Can they find that venture early on? Sonder going to be the first down as there goes.
Here we go.
There. It's the Wuyan
That's big,
ult
that's big,
and
big.
overclock hammer though.
Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
2 big picks for the Royals.
Here we go.
We're getting taken down. Kiriko
2
That's big,
Sigma.
that's big.
taken down late, and Snappy actually falls off the map.
Whoa.
It's
Chance here.
No, for the Bees, they're in trouble.
Oh no, yo.
Interesting to see Eric sticking on.
Come on, come on.
We'll be able to get oversight, or we'll be able to get the touch here first at least, but a lot of space they need to clear.
Sombra's farming.
Oh.
4v4 on the point.
Hammer has
No.
Here might have the opportunity of
Dang
snapping
it.
in Amor with 2
Ah.
with the venture ult.
Still have a late
to keep
chance.
The Bees
Even though, but it's 47
Now they've
seconds.
restabilized.
Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on.
Get a touch. How to take this fight because in 45 seconds they really only have one. So we'll have another overdrive to pop here.
Bro, we only need a couple. We only need 8 meters, bro.
Maybe slow play for Kitsu, but it's going to feel very awkward.
Come
to-
on.
Hammer has ult too, which could be really big for us.
20 seconds.
Try and finish it off because Kyoto getting closer and closer.
Come on. Gotta get it done now.
Sonder as
Oh man, Chan doing everything you can to keep him alive.
Ah,
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Hold on.
Seals the deal, takes them down, and the Royals
Wow.
to kneel. The Bees stand as the Sun Conference Overwatch champions.
Dang, GG's.
Very long game here, actually. Remember, it's a tie and at least one game of extra innings. That took a little while.
That loop right there was death, man.
Really
That
quite something
sucks, bro.
technical.
Two
One angle
lots
to
of
find. I'm almost sad that we
Those
don't get
two
to see
team kills
that,
killed us. Like, we can't help.
that 3K flux coming through from Eric X. Just catches everybody. Emery's into the hard peak.
I'm gonna turn this off, man.
Hey, yo, production, turn this off, man.
There's so many hype moments coming through from the Bees. I think that was one of the big difference makers. Feels like when they were on the ropes,
Chat.
when they were on the ropes.
Glory to God. Yeah.
Or where the Royals rather, but it feels like when they were in the driver's seat, it was so dominant. I think, whilst obviously the Royals were able to fight it really competitively at times, it never really felt like they were untouchable the same way that the Bees were. I think, in terms of vibes at least, that was one of the big difference makers. More practically, in terms of the composition, it feels like the Bees are a bit more well-rounded. Winston, Zarya just kind of solves all your problems in a way that the Ramasha doesn't always. Angle-based maps really works out for them. Playing front to back, not always the best, but they're able to work around it. And of course, Sonder, what a game he's had today. What a series. Ridiculous value from the M-Rate. Target ban, didn't matter. And now walking home with the championship.
Walking home with the championship, and I think you have to look at Sonder, either Sonder or Erikek, as a sort of MVP for this team. I mean, again, an incredible all-around effort, but just that player that really, in those moments of, like you said, in the driver's seat, that allowed them to really put the foot on the gas, and at the moments where they were on the ropes that allowed them to pull themselves back, were both of those two players. Erikek with some very solid tank play, some pop-off moments as well, and Sonder consistent throughout all 5 maps of this barn burner, played incredibly well, and you saw their name lighting up the kill feed in what felt like every fight of every map. Sonder was there, making the difference for this SCAD team, and I think ultimately gonna be my pick for MVP for this SCAD team. An incredible effort, and but we aren't actually done here. We've got an interview with one of the players from the victorious SCAD team. So don't go anywhere, and for one last time, don't change the Twitch channel, because we'll be right back with an interview with one of our new champions.